Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the last day of our Green Belt Hackathon. So let's the first thing first, which is the recovery of the previous day. Okay, so whatever we have covered. By the way, how many of you have done the homework which was given yesterday? The people who are new, okay, the people who attended the Monday session of correlation regression. Yes, okay, Mukunji says yes. Very good, very good. I'm really, really happy. Who else has done the homework? The homework was to check the recording of correlation and regression session which was taken on Monday, on 1st of September. How many of you have done this? Okay, so I think last when I asked this question yesterday, we had recording is not on. So good evening once again, and so let's type in the chat box whatever we have covered yesterday. Okay, the topics. Can you just type in the chat box quickly so that we can take it forward from there? Chalo, let's open your notes if you have, and type in the chat box. What did we cover yesterday? Randomly, you can type. And yes, very good. So MSA, measurement system analysis, very good. Then what else? What else? MSA and then Minitab, Minitab. Yeah, MSMA AIAG is a governing body. It's a global body. AIAG, Automotive Industry Action Group. Yes, in MSA में क्या क्या देखा था? GRR, gauge R&R, reproducibility, repeatability, right? And then we have seen AAA, attribute agreement analysis. If you have continuous data, we'll go for GRR. If you have attribute data or discrete data, we will go for attribute agreement analysis. Okay. What else? उसके बाद में क्या देखा? So then we have seen it is GRR value and kappa value. So GRR values, so it is between 0 to 30%, it is acceptable. Above 30% is rejected. Same goes with the kappa value. If the kappa value drops below 0.7, then you can reject the data capturing mechanism, which is the measurement system. Okay. Then what we have seen after that, we have done all the Minitab exercises. Correct? Minitab exercises. Minitab. वो मिनी चैट आया था उसमें. Okay. So Minitab exercises में what Minitab exercise we have done? Just type in the chat box. We have done Pareto. Very good. Pareto किया था. Minitab में क्या क्या किया था हम लोगों ने? We have done Pareto. What else? Then the trend chart. We have made the trend chart. Right? The time series. We call it as a time series plot. What else? पहले first we'll complete the measure phase. Okay, then we'll go to the analysis phase. So that two sample t test वगैरह वो analysis phase में. In the measure phase हम लोगों ने क्या क्या देखा था? So Pareto देखा था, then time series plot, then SNC. Very good. Stability, normality, and capability we have seen. Correct. And before that we have seen the histogram, box plot. Remember? Graphical and statistical, both we have seen. Yes, everybody could correlate. Very good, very good, super. And then we have done the process capability analysis, the Z calculation. Okay. Yesterday Z was 3.9, so it was a 3.9 sigma process, right? Very good. CPK वगैरह वो सब. So then CPK and the Z का एक टेबल भी बताया था मैंने. How you can correlate with CPK and the Z, right? Super. So Z is basically 3 times. 3 times. So whatever the CPK number is, multiply this by 3, you will get a Z number. Okay. For example, if your CPK value is 1, that means it's a 3 sigma process. If your CPK value is 2, that's a 6 sigma process. Okay. That like that. Clear? And after that, we went into analysis phase. In analysis phase, if you remember, there are 2 approaches I spoke about. Yeah, do you remember the 2 approaches? The lean approach and the Six Sigma approach. Just type yes in the chat box if you remember that. Correct? Very good. So in the lean approach, which tools generally we have seen in the lean approach? So we have seen value stream mapping, process mapping, the VA in VA analysis, the team board analysis, right? So all these are basically the lean tools. And as far as the Six Sigma tools are concerned, we have fishbone analysis, we have root cause analysis, we have data validation, which is the root cause validation. In the root cause validation, we have hypothesis, testing, which is regression, design of experiments. So design of experiments come in the in the black belt level, and hypothesis testing we covered yesterday, correct? And I have given regression as a homework to you just to check the Monday wala session, correct? So we are standing where we are now moving towards the last two parts, which is improve phase and the control phase. Yes, everybody could now revise whatever we had covered yesterday. Just give me yes in the chat box. So let me share my screen and let's jump into the improve. What is the objective of improve phase? Type in the chat box. What is the main objective of improve phase? So right now we have the root causes which are validated. Yes, to improve the process. But in this specifically, so improve the process is the overall objective, obviously. Improving system, yeah. So the name improve suggests now there is a need of improvement. Very good. So specifically on the root causes, we are going to find out solutions. Then we are going to shortlist those solutions because all the ideas, all the solutions will not be feasible to implement. So we will select some of the solutions. I'm going to discuss very important tool today called EB metrics. Okay. And once those solutions are identified, then we make an action plan for implementation. Okay. So here also, just like analyze phase, here also there are some lean tools, and then there are certain Six Sigma related tools. Okay. So this is a list which is there in front of you. This is a list talking about some of the lean tools here. For example, okay, setup time reduction, which is SMED technique. Setup time reduction, which I'll just speak about it. Eliminating non-value added activities, cellular processing, the work in progress reduction, which is the inventory level. Then push and pull system. So converting the push system to pull system. Housekeeping 5S. Simplify certain things, okay? And any kind of automation or technological improvement which are there. So most of these tools are basically the tools which are used in the lean, okay? And apart from that, there are certain improvement tools in the Six Sigma as well. So let's look at some of them at this point in time, starting from setup time reduction. Now, what is setup time? Let's try to understand this. Setup time is, for example, you want to change from product A to product B. The time to shift from product A to product B is setup time. Let me give you a very simple example. If you are making the fruit juices, okay. Let's say you are making apple juice. Let me show you this. Yeah. Let's say you are making apple juice at this point in time. Let's say you are making apple juice here. From apple juice, how you are converting, let's say now you want to make orange juice, let's say, for example. Okay. Now between apple and orange juice, what are the activities you're supposed to do? Okay, to convert this product to this product. Okay. So whatever activities we are doing, all this time, the juice making process will be stopped. Yes, everybody with me? This juice making process will be stopped, and that will be a downtime. That will be a non-productive time. Correct? Yes. So in the manufacturing, in the automotive sector, that is called as a changeover time. When you are taking change over from one product to another product. Okay. Even you want to change a printer in your office from the old printer you want to replace. This is called as a changeover time. right? When you are doing that, the printer is not available. It's a downtime. So that is unproductive time. So how do we reduce it? Now, when this was started in the company of Toyota, they used to have, understand this, the setup time, the changeover time, okay, for the products between 24 to 48 hours. Now, for example, what is this changeover is all about? Let's try to understand this. See, non-technical people also can understand. Let's say this is a car. I'm just giving a very simplified version. Okay. Now, this car has a lot of ingredients. Okay. So they have doors, front door, and the back door. And then this part is also there. The rooftop is there. This part is also there. You know, this bonnet is also there. Now, these parts are done. These parts are done in something called a die process. What is this? What is a die? A mechanical die. A simplified version. Let's say it is let's say this is a ram. A ram meaning, imagine something with a huge hydraulic pressure. You are pushing something down. Okay. So this is coming down and you put a metal plate. Okay. And you want this shape to be taken, this shape. Are you understanding? So this ram will push that plate below and you will get this shape, which maybe you can use it on the rooftop like this. Are you clear? Now, from the rooftop sheet, from the rooftop part, now I want to make, the front door wala part. Okay. Now I have to change the setting of this die. And this used to take this 24 to 48 hours. To change from one part to another part, this used to take a huge time. Are you clear? Understanding the people who are not from a technical background or not seen the industries, etc. Everybody with me till now? Where this die come into picture? So mechanical die is this, like they will just press it and that metal will take a shape of it. Okay. Now this die used to be a huge machine. Understand it? It's a huge, very huge machine. And previously, thank you very much for for Happy Teachers Day. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, so see, previously when the technology was not advanced, the lifting devices like cranes and lifters were not so powerful. They used to really struggle, and that's where they used to. Now these 24 days, sorry, 24 hours or 48 hours, the entire productivity was lost, and that was the biggest challenge for them. That was the biggest challenge for them. So there was an engineer. The name of the engineer is Shigo Shingo. He took the responsibility to reduce this changeover time from 24 to 48 hours below 10 minutes. That was his target. Okay, so coming back to the original explanation, I want to from apple juice to orange juice I want to make. Okay, now in this, what are the different activities we have to do? First, we have to flush the apple juice. First, we have to remove the apple juice entire from the container. Imagine we have only one container and one mixer. Okay, imagine that way. Now, after that, what we do? Maybe we have to change the blade, for example. Okay, we have to change the blade. The apple juice blade was a little sharper and heavy duty blade. Now we have to use a simple blade because orange is a softer fruit than the apple. Okay, so now we are changing the blade. So we are removing the juice. Earlier, the apple juice, we are just flushing it, cleaning it completely. We are changing the blade. We are aligning the blade properly. All right. Now we are now we are peeling off the oranges. All right. So all these things are basically done with with this simple. Now in all this entire thing, there are two types of activities you will observe. One type of activity that will be, for example, let's take preparation. प्रिपरेशन में क्या क्या आएगा? In this case, preparation would be cleaning the oranges, peeling off the oranges, etc. Checking the blade. All these are preparation. Now tell me, while doing this preparation, can you do you need to stop the apple juice making process? Type yes or no in the chat box. So apple juice बन रहा है mixer में. Understand this. Understand my question and then answer this. Apple juice is being made, and do you have to stop this process to peel off the oranges? Type yes or no in the chat box. No. Understand this. We can do it parallelly as well. You have to arrange for the blade. You don't have to stop the machine because the machine is already there. So you can do these things parallelly, and those are called as external activity. I will mark it as E. E for external, meaning the activities which can be done without stopping the machine. It's called external activity. Now, the next activity is, let's say you have cleaned it up. Now you are putting the blade. Okay, so setup and adjustment. Now, so you are putting the blade, you are aligning the blade, you are locking the blade, all these things. Now, for setup and adjustment, can you fix the blade when the machine is on? Can you do that? No, we can't do that. It's unsafe, right? We cannot change the blade. So these are called internal activity. Let me write I here. So setup and adjustments are I, which are internal activities. Okay. After that, before we make the continuous orange juices, first what we do a small test. Correct? एक छोटा सा ऑरेंज जूस का ग्लास बनाएंगे, उसको पी के टेस्ट करके देखेंगे whether everything is perfect. Correct? And that is called a test run. Now, tell me, while taking the test run, do we have to really stop the juice making process? अब हमने pour कर लिया है, यहाँ पे juice making चालू हो सकता है. So test run के लिए we may or may not have to stop the machine. Understand this? Okay. So it depends on the process whether it is internal or external activity. So as of now, we are writing it external. Okay, as of now. Now try to understand this. So the major chunk, this entire breakup, 25% basically, according to their study, was taken by preparation, 5% was done by setup, 20% by adjustment, and 50% time was done in the test run, the pilot runs. So what they have done, test run, they have standardized. For example, let's take example of oranges. If you buy this orange from the same vendor, from the same farms or whatever, okay, of the same quality, and you set up the process exactly the same speed, the same blade sharpness, everything is same, at least you will reach near the target, right? Whatever test you want to achieve, you will at least near, if you standardize all these things, which is called standardization. Yes or no? Just give me yes or no. If you standardize all those settings, at least you will reach near that. Then if there is some deviation, you can adjust it anytime, correct? So what they have done through standardization, they have eliminated this activity. Eliminated meaning it has become external. See, for external activity is not a problem for them, because external activity can be done parallel when the process is running, correct? So then comes the internal activities. What happens to internal? Now we can't eliminate, the blade fixing. Okay. But let's say for adjustment, I'll give you example of adjustment. Okay. Let's say how many of you go to gym? Just type me in the chat box, or at least have been to gym at least once in your life. अभी नहीं जाते, पुराने जमाने में जाते थे वगैरह वगैरह. At least एक तो बार गए होंगे ना. Okay, now you have the the bar, right, which is for your biceps, etc. Correct? Now in that bar, I'll draw it so that you guys can understand. Okay, let's say this is the bar where you put some plates, and there are some stoppers here. You remember what I'm talking about here? There is some stopper here. Yes. So when you put a weight plate, it stops there. Yes or no? What will happen if this stopper is not there? Then the plate will start moving across the bar. When you are doing exercise, it will move across the bar. Are you understanding? Yes. So these kinds of stuffs you can do, or in the in certain cases, let's say if you want to fix certain part, then you can make a slot like this. Okay, so that the part will go exactly and fix at that level. I'm not. So just try to understand this. So these kinds of slots, etc. These are the adjustments people make, and after these adjustments are done, the 20% can be brought down to 2% or 1%. So only 5 to 6% of the time was required. Even the setup time also was brought down with the help of time study or time and motion study. So the meaning is that first thing what they have done, they have identified the activity list of activities. You can also follow this process and name each and every activity, whether it is external activity or internal. External activities can be done without stopping the machine. Internal activities are the activities where the machine has to be stopped. Okay. Now, once you identified them, you can easily take out external activities and you can do it parallelly. When the machine is on, you can complete those activities parallelly. Okay. Now, when it comes to internal activities, with the help of standardization, with the help of time and motion study, with the help of some automation, you can reduce that time as well. Okay, so that your entire changeover time can be brought down in case of Toyota from 24 hours to just 10 minutes. Okay, and this is called as setup time reduction. Are you clear conceptually? So in the green belt level, you get these kinds of concepts only. Clear, Ham? So it is like external activities are done parallel, and internal activities where the machine has to be stopped. You have to really work on those activities minutely and try to reduce as much as possible. Okay, so this is the fundamental learning. So it is explained in your curriculum, even greater details with some examples like, how you can do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, etc. Internal, external activities kya hota hai. Okay, then you can simplify, eliminate, reduce, these kinds of strategies you can do. Okay, super. Now let's come to, so I'll just touch upon some of the topics which are there in the lean part, then we'll move to the Six Sigma part as well. Okay, super. What is non-value added? Let's try to understand this. In the yellow belt session also, we have heard about team wood, right? Everybody remembers team wood, right? Just give me yes in the chat box if you remember. Team wood सबको याद है, right? Very good. So what team wood is basically, the West, they call it as a West, non-value added activities. What is value? According to lean, what is customer is willing to pay for? It's called value. Understand this? Okay. What is non-value? What customer is not willing to pay for? For example, customer, if you book a cab to go to airport, let's say, from your residence to airport. Okay. Now you are willing to pay to that cab driver or the taxi service or Ola or Uber, whatever it is, for taking you safely on time from point A to point B, and you are ready to pay for it. Are you ready to pay for the maintenance of the cab? Let's say that driver says, sir, I want to change the engine oil. Can you give me 500 rupees? Will you pay for it? Will you pay for it? No. So he will ask me, sir, I want 15 minutes to fill my petrol or diesel. Will you wait for it? Will you wait? No, because it is non-value added for you. Are you understanding? It is your flight is getting, you're reaching to airport is getting delayed because of it. All right. And you are not paying money for that purpose. You are paying the money to take you from point A to point, from your residence to airport safely and on time. These are two conditions, safely and on time. Now, on time is not getting fulfilled here, correct? Are you understanding? So the whichever activity which is not adding value, it's called as non-value added activities, right? So one is value added, one is non-value added. There is something in between as well. Now you said engine oil I will not put, but engine oil is required. The maintenance of the car is required. The fueling of the car is required. Are you understanding? Right? Checking the pressure of the tires is required. Maintenance of the car is required to run it properly. Okay, but it has to be done when there is no passenger inside, right? When you are alone, when you are not driving, for the customers, then those activities can be done. And those activities are called as business value added activities. Okay, so there are three types of activities. One is value added, one is non-value added. Non-value added is simple, teamwood. You can see that. So teamwood is all NVA, non-value added. Okay. Value added, we have seen the what is the people are ready to pay for it. It's called value added. All right. Now, what is business value added? Maintenance of the car is business value added. Fueling the car, business value added. Maintaining the machines of your company, business value added, right? Now, for your company, understand this. Giving Lean Six Sigma training for your employees, is it value added, business value added, or non-valued activity? Type in the chat box. You have arranged a Lean Six Sigma training for your employees. Is it value added, non-value added, business value? Type in the chat box. Now understand this. What is the definition of value added? Your customer should be willing to pay for it. Your customer. Will customer pay for your Lean Six Sigma training program? No. But after the training program, whatever improvements you guys are going to do, they will get a benefit. Customer will get benefit in the quality of the product, the service delivery of the product, etc. Right? But directly, customer will not pay for the training. Customer will not, let's say, SNG is hired for the training program. Your customer is not going to pay SNG the money, right? Inko jara training de do. Are you understanding? So these categories, but the business will get a lot of benefit out of it. A lot of wastages can be saved, a lot of cost of poor quality, a lot of customer complaints, a lot of defects, a lot of rejection can be solved, right? So this is called business value added. It is adding value to the business, not to the customer. Are you understanding the difference between value added, business value added, non-value added? Yes? Just give me yes in the chat box, everybody. Clear? Now, can you give me one example of business value added activities you are doing for you in your business? Just give me one so that I can, just one example of BVA in your company. Six Sigma training. Very good. Are you doing Six Sigma training, by the way? Hame bulao. We are the best trainers in India. FMEA training, yeah. We also do FMEA training, yes. Customer complaints. Okay, so training and development, L&D is a BVA, very good. Quality inspection, okay, yes, we can say that. Quality inspection, AR report to customer, okay. Leadership, so all kinds of training, I would say. All kinds of training, soft skill training, technical training, Lean Six Sigma training, all kinds of training will come in the view. Maintenance, machine maintenance, very, very important. It's a business value add activity. Your customer will not pay for it, but you have to do it to maintain the machines, to run the machines at the fullest capacity and the efficiency, right? Super. Clear? Very good. So how do we do this? See, what we do is we basically write down the entire process like this, okay? And then we identify which are the non-value added activities and mark them as red. And then we brainstorm. See, all the NVAs cannot be eliminated immediately, right? So we have to make a strategy how to basically eliminate them and reduce them. So this is the improved process after eliminating. So 100% cannot be eliminated, but how much, whatever we can eliminate, we should be able to eliminate. So first, plot the entire process map and then mark them value added, non-value added, business value added. Okay. See, value added should not be eliminated. Obviously, value added is required. Whatever is non-value added should be eliminated. Business value added, yes, it should be kept, but maybe you can think of reducing some timelines as well. Okay, once you eliminate some activities or reduce the timelines, overall the lead time gets reduced, and that is the main objective of the lean tools as well, right? To reduce the inventory level, to reduce the lead times. This is the main objective. So eliminating non-value added is one of the very, very important aspect of it. Okay. Super. Yes. So let's talk about reduction of WIP. And we have a what is WIP, by the way? It's work in progress inventory. It's a type of inventory which is there. So let me give you one example. Okay. Now, as we see in the Teamwood, I for inventory, right? T for transportation, I for inventory. So an inventory is a waste according to Lean. Why? Because why inventory is a waste? Inventory is a waste because inventory holds our cash. Correct? So inventory is basically holding our cash. It is impacting our cash flow. More inventory we are holding, more cash is getting blocked. Okay. And as I always say this, the organizations which get closed down, understand this, this is very, very important. They close down not because of the poor, what you can say, poor profit margins. See, you can still survive on the thin profit margins, but you cannot survive a cash flow crunch. Try to understand this. You can survive a thinner profit margin, but you cannot survive a cash flow crunch. As an organization, cash flow crunch is a heart attack to the organization, a sudden death to the organization. And the majority of the companies which get closed down, okay, a lot of companies are the newly formed companies, you know, the what do you say, the new startup companies. Why 95% startup companies cannot see the first 3 years or 5 years completion? Because of the cash flow issue. And WIP, the inventory, directly impacts the cash flow. Cash flow is just like a blood flowing in our body, right? And the inventory is just like the chunks of your cholesterols, which is basically very harmful. If it is increasing, it is blocking the blood flow, and it can have a impact. You can have a heart attack or a stroke because of this, right? So how do we reduce the WIP? One of the very important tool which is given is called as Little's law. Now, Dr. Little is the name of a professor from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, US. According to him, the lead time, okay, lead time is, let me go to the next slide. Yeah. So according to this, the lead time is, with this formula, you can, showcase this. Now, lead time is, what is lead time? It is also called as turnaround time, right? Order to delivery is called the entire lead time. You call the pizza delivery the moment you take the call and the moment you receive the pizza. So the timing between these two is called lead time, correct? Now, the lead time is directly proportionate to the inventory, which is WIP, work in progress, and inversely proportionate to the completion rate. Let me give you a very simple example of it. Okay, just for our people to understand. All right. Imagine you go to an ATM machine. Everybody's clear about lead time, no? Lead time, everybody's clear. You apply for a loan and you get the response, whether the loan is disbursed or your file is rejected. Whatever is the time in between, you go to a bank to open that, you submit your documents and your account gets opened. The time in between is called lead time. You go to a restaurant, you place an order. The moment you receive the order, the delivery of the order on the table, that is called the lead time. The time in between these two. Clear, everybody? Any doubt in the lead time? Lead time में कुछ doubt है? Yes? Anybody? You're clear, right? Lead time is very simple. turnaround time or lead time. Yes, order to delivery lead time. Now, while reducing the lead time, what Dr. Little is talking about is first focus on the work in progress. Let's say you go to an ATM machine to withdraw some cash. Okay. Now try to understand. It's very simple. Just try to understand this. There are 5 people in the queue already. All right. And you are the 6th person. I just made you a little taller. Okay. And every person takes 5 minutes to dispense the cash. Tell me how much time should you take? What is your lead time to take out the cash? Type in the chat box. Everybody. Every person takes 5 minutes. How much time you take to take out the cash? It is total 30 minutes, in which 25 minutes is non-value added waiting time and 5 minutes is value added, which is your cash dispensing, right? So total is 30 minutes. Everybody with me? Imagine this is nothing but my WIP, work in progress. People in front of me in the queue are work in progress. Yes? Are you clear now? Very simple example. Total turnaround time is 30 minutes. Everybody with me till now with this example? किसी को डाउट है, समझ में नहीं आया? Very simple. You go to dispense the cash. There are 5 people in the room, in the queue, and you are the 6th person. Everybody takes 5 minutes. So till you reach, 25 minutes will go for waiting, and then you will take 5 minutes to dispense your cash, withdraw your cash. That's it. Total 30 minutes. Now let's work on the Little's law formula. Okay. Now, according to them, first it is directly proportional to WIP. Let's reduce the WIP. Okay. In the second scenario, you go to ATM. Now, instead of 5 people, we are putting only 2 people in the queue, and you are the 3rd one. Now, what will be the time required? Now, we have reduced the WIP. So understand this, that lead time is directly proportionate. You reduce the WIP, you reduce the lead time. What is the lead time required now? Type in the chat box. Now, there are only 2 people before you. You are the 3rd person. Total time will be very good. So, for these 2 people, it will be how much? 10 minutes, and then you will take 5 minutes. So, total 15 minutes. So, from 30 minutes, you reduced it to 15 minutes just by reducing the WIP. Clear? Now, let's talk about the completion rate. It is inversely proportional to the completion rate. Okay. Now, imagine we have done some technological advancement in the ATM. Let's say instead of 3G network, now we are using 5G network. So this and some modification in the ATM machine. So now ATM is dispensing the cash faster. Now ATM is dispensing the cash in 2 minutes. So the completion rate we have changed, right? We have improved. Now instead of 5 minutes, now it is taking 2 minutes. Now tell me how much time should it take for you to dispense the cash now in this scenario, where the machine is taking. Very good. So now you can dispense, you can get the cash in 6 minutes only. So from 30 minutes, we reduced the WIP and then we worked on the completion rate. And by doing that, we have reduced from 30 minutes to 6 minutes. And this is called the Little's law. By using this, first, we can work on the inventory levels. We can reduce down the inventory levels. And second, we can reduce the cycle time of the process. Cycle time meaning to process 1 unit. Okay, how much time you are taking, that is called cycle time. So by doing some automation, modification, Poka, etc., how you can reduce that time, that is called a cycle time reduction. So by doing this, by working on the WIP and completion rate, you can reduce the lead time. Are you clear with this concept? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear, everybody? With me? Simple concepts. Very good. Super, super. So it has been explained with some examples. You can just go through that. Okay. और आपके video lectures में भी, आपके course content में भी इसको explain किया गया है. Okay. You can check out that. Now, then workflow layout also you can improve. Like for example, these kinds of zigzag work, which we call it as spaghetti diagram. Okay. So, because unstructured way of arranging the office and the factory, etc., that also create a lot of unwanted waste. That also can be brought down by something like this, a simple structure, cellular processing. Okay. So a lot of ideas are there in the lean manufacturing or lean management system. Okay. Now, how many of you know 5S? Just type me in the chat box. 5S कितने लोगों को पता है? Okay. Anybody in the room who does not have any idea about 5S? Just type me in the chat box. 5S क्या है आपको पता ही नहीं है? हाँ, yes, very good. Very good, very good. So I'll just touch upon this. It's called as, it's a Japanese technique, of course, lean manufacturing and lean management system itself is a Japanese methodology. 5S is also one of them. Okay. So 5S is, see, there are certain things which are as a culture you have to imbibe, you have to practice. Okay. So 5S is one of them. Just like, we every day we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we take our bath, we shave ourselves, all these are the basic routine stuff. Similarly, 5S is something which is imbibed in the culture of Japan. Okay. And 5S are the five words, Japanese words, Siri, Siton, Siso, Siketsu, and Chitsuke. Of course, the pronunciation, Japanese pronunciation are different. They're the English pronunciations of the Japanese words. The translation is sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Now, the main objective of 5S is to set the things in the order, housekeeping properly, better safety, better quality, better employee satisfaction, all right, better quality of the work, all these things. Okay. The best example of 5S is our kitchen in our own residence. Our kitchen is the best example of 5S. Now, in our kitchen, if you go, okay, we have some things which are required every day. Let's say, for example, we have the cup of tea every day, at least twice. Okay. So we have the sugar, the milk, and the cup of tea, which is kept very nearby. Okay, we do not store them a little away from the stove or from the gas, right? Now, whatever is required in the daily routine are kept, in the hand switch. You can just extend your hand and grab it. Okay. So similarly, what they say that your industry, also your offices, your workplace, your even laptop, everything has to be organized like that. All right. So starting from sorting. So what we do in sorting, we identify what are the things needed and what are the things not needed. So the things which are needed are kept around our workstation, like in the kitchen. The things which are not needed, we tag them and set them aside. And this is called sorting activity. And you can do it not only in kitchen, not only in your office, not only in factory, even on your laptop as well, even your inbox. Okay. You just sort the wanted emails, unwanted email, junk emails, promotional emails. You can sort them out in different folders. Okay. Are you clear? Yes. So after sorting, the next thing comes is the set in order. Set in order is also called as PIP principle. PIP meaning place for everything, this one, and everything in place. That is called PEEP, place for everything and everything in place. Okay. Once you sort it, then you keep everything in its designated position. How many of you are internal auditors here? Just type me in the chat box. Internal auditors. Any kind of ISO 9001 or any kind of, ISO system. Yeah, a lot of internal auditors are here in the room, right? Now, when you are doing the audits, right? When you are doing any kind of audits, when you ask for any document, understand this. If they have kept the document in the designated place or the area, the retrieval time of the document will be very less. Yes or no? If you ask for the document or a record and the people go for looking for it and they never come back after 15 minutes, it's an indication that a PIP is not done properly. Setting in order is not done properly. Are you understanding? Yes. So it is to organize the area, putting the the articles, files, folders, whatever is needed at a place. Even in our laptops, computers as well. When we open it on our desktop, there are a lot of things which are lying. Correct? Our cupboard is the best place where you can use this 5S activity. Okay, if you are one of them where that when you open the cupboard, everything is falling on you, and then you definitely require the 5S activity to be done, right? So this is called set in order. After that comes the shine. Shine meaning cleaning regularly, maintaining the cleanliness regularly, and while doing that, you basically are inspecting as well. Example, when you are, let's say, cleaning your car in the morning, you are not only cleaning the car, but you are also observing whether the tire pressure is proper, whether there is a scratch on the, on the body of the car. Okay. Whether the wiper blades are proper or they need to be replaced. Okay. The water is proper or not. The engine oil is proper or not. So these are the small things which are important. Okay. For running the car smoothly, you can inspect while cleaning that. Similarly, the machine as well. Whenever you are cleaning the machine, the dust particles. See, we stay in India. The biggest challenge we have is the dust particles floating around because of the temperature, right? So what happens is because of the very heavy temperature here, the soil, the moisture of the soil basically goes away. And then the dust particles are free to move around. And the biggest challenge what we have, a lot of equipments get failed because of these dust particles around. And because it's a natural phenomenon, we don't have a direct control over it. So cleaning them regularly is the best way of handling it. Small equipments get damaged because of small dust gets. For example, the bearing. Okay, if you are from a mechanical background, you can understand it. So bearing gets failed because the very small tiny particles gets in between the part of the bearing. That is one of the biggest reason of failures. So that costs the downtime, that costs a lot of rupees, right? So the point is that cleanliness around it can create a lot of and it creates the inspection as well. Once it is done, then standardizing. So habituating all these practices and making them into daily habit, daily ritual is very, very important. So you should do the sorting, then placing in its own order, PIP principle, and then shine. Doing this regularly, it's called standardization. Are you clear? So once you write down the standards, once you what I can say, give the responsibilities of this, then the mechanism will start rolling. And that's where the final part, sustenance, comes into picture, where you need to audit these things as well properly. If you're not auditing whether people are following the 5S system, it will collapse again. Okay. Once you are standardized, then you have to make sure that people are following it regularly, right? So establishing the formal system of monitoring, evaluating result, maybe you can give some rating. Okay. You can give some rewards and recognition just to maintain that momentum of this. This is called sustaining. So these 5 areas are called as 5S principle. So this is one example where, one of the office where it was looking like this. And when we implemented 5S, it was, it was converted into a good workplace, which was organized, which was properly maintained, etc. See, there's a deeper connection between organized workplace. Now listen to me very carefully. It's a deeper concept. Organized workplace and organized thought process. Okay. Just try this technique. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, your thinking is not clear. Okay. A lot of thoughts are coming. Just take a pause and clean the area around you. Clean the desk around you. Clean your cupboard. Okay. Just organize it properly. The moment you start organizing it properly, your thoughts also get organized. Just try this technique. This is very, very powerful technique. It's a technique of reflection. Okay. So see, your environment also gets, you also get impacted because of the environment, and you also can impact the environment. Both are interactive to each other. So whenever you are feel disorganized, just organize the workplace around you, and your thoughts will become organized automatically. And this is called the biggest secret of 5S. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat. Clear? I'm just going through some of the lean techniques which are there in the defined phase. Now, then there is a technique called Pokayoke, which is mistake proofing. Again, Pokayoke system is also designed by the same engineer from Toyota called Mr. Shigo Shingo. Okay, so Mr. Shigo Shingo was given a task that whatever challenges which are we are having, can you design some economically effective technologies? Okay, very simple, small techniques where we can use this. Okay, now earlier these techniques used to be called as foolproof system. Have you heard about foolproof system? कभी सुना है आपने? पुराने जमाने में आपने सुना होगा फुल प्रूफ सिस्टम. सर आप लेके जाइए फुल प्रूफ सिस्टम में. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट इट? जस्ट टाइप यस इन द चैट बॉक्स. Have you heard about it? Foolproof system. Yes, everybody must have heard at least once foolproof system. What is the spelling of foolproof system? What is the spelling of foolproof system? Foolproof system. This is a foolproof system. What is the spelling? S of F-U-L-L, foolproof? Ah, exactly. It was not F-U-L-L, it was the spelling of foolproof system is this. It was F-O-O-L, fool. Okay. So what does it mean? It means even fools also can operate the system without any defect, without any error. And that was called as a very derogatory comment, derogatory name. So then they changed the name from foolproof to mistake proof, because foolproof was, it was kind of calling the customer a fool, right? Or people, the workmen, the fool. So the idea is, see, understand the main idea of making this mistake proofing. Okay. See, so I stay in Mumbai. The highest death rates of Mumbai is happening on the railway tracks while crossing the railway line. It's so disheartening losing such young people. Okay. But they are making the same mistake again and again. And no matter how much announcement you are making, the train is coming, please do not cross the line, railway line, right? Railway track. Nobody listens. And nowadays, a lot of people put their, headphones, earphones, and, they just walk like they're walking in the garden, right? So these kinds of mistakes are fatal. Now, understand this. What Pokayoke system main idea is, even if that kind of thing also should be avoided. Even a person wants to jump in the machine. Let's say there's a rotating machine and I want to do a suicide. Okay. So the machine should stop. Even if I come very close, dangerously close to the machine should stop. So those kinds of things are called as mistake proofing of Pokayoke. Now, you would have observed Pokayoke in our daily routine activities, like for example, when we are entering in the lift or coming out of the lift, the door does not get closed because there is a sensor which senses the human movement. Even if you put a hand in between, the door gets opened immediately. So these kinds of stuff, it's called as Pokayoke. Now, can you just give me one example of Pokayoke which you have experienced in your life right now, or in your process you are following, which is called as mistake proofing? Defect prevention. Okay, very good. Yeah, another one which is simple Pokayoke, which is if you are driving and not wearing the seat belt, your dashboard will show a blinking and a buzzer sound, right? That is also Pokayoke. That, if you have forgotten to, door is not, yes, door also. If one of the door is not closed properly, then also you will get an indication, right? It's a Pokayoke. Lift, yeah, bike stand, very good. Petrol indicator, yes, very good. So petrol indicator also, you will get a immediate signal that your petrol is running in the reserve level, right? CNG indicator or petrol indicator, fantastic. So these are called pokayokes. Even access control as well, no? If you have, if you are holding, let's say you're going on a going to airport and you have a authorized boarding pass, then only you can go to the, that door gets opened and closed, right? While doing the security checkup or immigration, etc. So it will only open if you have authorized boarding pass with you, right? So these are called the mistake proofing pokayoke thing. Very good, very good, super. So see, these are some of the lean techniques. Everybody remember, everybody remembers scamper, right? Scamper सबको याद है? Hope everybody remembers scamper. Yeah, what is scamper? In yellow belt also we speak about scamper, right? Very good. Let me just share a quick screen of scamper. हाँ, मैं एक बार फिर से remind करता हूँ. What is scamper, if you remember? So scamper is a very powerful tool, by the way. Now, from the lean tools, now we are talking about some of the Six Sigma tools which are used in, in finding out the solutions. Okay. The easiest way to find out the solution is nothing but a brainstorming. Okay. So, for example, uh, let's say, for example, in my organization, we have a challenge of people coming late to the office. Can you just give me one idea how we can prevent it? Type in the chat box. Just give me one idea how we can prevent it. Okay, late coming fine, you can impose. Okay, what else? Yes. Face proofing. Okay. So we can put some biometric or a face proofing system so that it can be tracked. Let's say even we are tracking it, but they are not coming on time. Half day forced leave. Half day forced leave. Hope your HR is not listening to this. Okay, yeah. Considered. So these are some of the negative ones. But of course, you can motivate them positively as well. All right. Then, if reward and recognition, very good. So if you are punctual for these many days, coming on time, 10 minutes early always, then you can definitely give them some rewards. Now, what we are doing right now here is called brainstorming. So I just given you the problem and now you have given me some solutions. It's called brainstorming. So all the brains have started storming together, okay, discussing together and started firing together. And this is called brainstorming. Simple example of brainstorming I've given. All right. Now, what is Scamper? Scamper is a technique coming from design thinking. Very, very amazing tool, basically, design thinking. Now, if you want to create something new, all right, then design thinking basically helps us to create something new, something better than the current system, right? So Scamper methodology is coming from the design thinking process. Scamper is the short form of substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to other use, eliminate, reverse, or rearrange. So we put the challenge in front of the team and then we'll go one by one. We'll ask the question, can we substitute this? If you remember during yellow belt sessions, I asked the question, for example, during COVID time, we had a lockdown system. And as a Lean Six Sigma company, we have to go for the training and coaching to the client, right? If we cannot travel, what will be the substitute to travel? What can we do when we are not traveling? What can we do over there? Can you just type in the chat box? Yes, very good. So we can do Zoom, online, virtual training, or we can work from home, like what we did in COVID lockdown time. That's it, correct? Right? Second example, if you remember, we give the example of it was second example was what? Yeah, I think it was the car, the SUV car which I drive. Like let's say I drive a very big SUV car and it runs on petrol. And the petrol cost, the fuel cost per month goes very high every month. So what can I do to reduce that down? What can be substituted? What can be combined? What can be adapted? What can be modified? So these are the trigger questions. Can you give me some ideas? Can I combine something? Can I adapt something? Can I modify something? Yes, so either I can go for CNG or diesel. So diesel will be a completely different car, but CNG kit I can fit, right? Or I can go for EV, or I can go for combine में क्या होगा? Rather than traveling alone, I can travel in combination. So combine the travel of other people. It's a carpooling, correct? Right? I can adapt traveling by metros rather than traveling by my own vehicle. So these are called the trigger words which can give us the solution. And this technique is called scamper technique. So in a very short span of time, we can generate a lot of brilliant ideas by using scamper technique. All right. Now, clear everybody now with this? Now, while brainstorming and while doing this scamper technique, what we get is we get lot of ideas, but we can't implement all the ideas. All right. So what we do is there is a method called EB matrix. Just make a note of this. EB matrix. EB matrix stands for effort benefit matrix. Okay. So what is effort benefit matrix? What is the objective? To shortlist the ideas, to shortlist the implementable ideas. That is the main objective of effort benefit matrix. So what do you mean by implementable ideas? See, all the ideas cannot be implemented, right? So there has to be some ideas which you have to basically shortlist, and there has to be some criteria for that. So this is a criteria called. So in this, what we do is we first list down all the solutions. Okay. And then we give. So what I've done, I've just changed the way effort benefit is done. Effort benefit. The original effort benefit I have changed. I've made it so simple and so easy for everybody to implement. Okay. So originally, like in FMEA, okay, FMEA is a technique called failure mode and effect analysis. Okay. So we will do FMEA in details, in the black belt level. So in FMEA, what we do is we give the rating. How many of you are aware of FMEA, by the way? Just type me in the chat box. FMEA किसको पता है? Just type me in the chat box. Failure mode and effect analysis. Yeah, a lot of people are aware of it. Very good, very good. So in FMEA, basically we used to give the rating, risk rating on the scale of 1 to 10. So in effort benefit also, we give the rating on the scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Instead, I have made it simplified version of it. Now, when I say effort, try to understand this. So right now, what we have done through, let's say through Scamper, through brainstorming, we have generated solutions. Okay. Now we have got list of solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4 example. Okay. So we have got list of solutions here. Now, for every solution implementation, there will be some effort required. Understand this? Let me give you an example of it. Let's say one of the solution is you have a team of 10 people. Understand this? You have a team of 10 people and you have to provide a 10-minute awareness session for your team. Now, is the effort very high or low? Type in the chat box, high or low effort. You have to give a 10-minute awareness session to your team. Effort high hai ki low hai? Everybody type in the chat box, low effort hai, right? बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत का काम नहीं है. You can just call the people for 10 minutes, give them the awareness, that's it. What benefit are you expecting? Will it give you a huge benefit or will you get a lower benefit? Improvement भी कितना होगा? 10 मिनट के अवेयरनेस सेशन में कितना इंप्रूवमेंट आएगा? So benefit also will be comparatively lower unless and until you follow it regularly. Okay. So as of now, for this, we will just put a low score. So what I've done, instead of giving the rating on the scale of 1 to 10, okay, somebody will say, no, it will be 8 out of 10. Somebody will say, no, it will be 4 out of 10. So rather than majority of the people will agree on low and high. That's it. That's what I believe. Okay. So I made simplified version low and high. Second example, let's say, okay. Second example would be there would be some solution which has a low effort. Effort meaning what? The time to implement, the resources required to implement, money required to implement, everything is called effort. Okay. So let's say second example is low effort, but the benefit is very high. Third solution could be high effort. For example, I'll give you an example of this. You want to automate the entire process. Now the investment is, let's say you require 2 crore rupees for that. So it's a high effort activity. You require capital expenditure. You require approval from the management. You require time to invest. You require the external experts also help to implement it. So high effort. But if you automate the entire process, the rewards, the benefits also will be very high. So first solution is low effort, low benefit. Second solutions are low effort, high benefit. Third will be high effort, high benefit. Fourth category could be high effort but low benefit. Effort बहुत ज्यादा है लेकिन उसका benefit ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. Okay, I'll give you a classic example. Recently, my my elder son passed out with the or cleared the examination of 10th standard. Okay, scored very good marks. And they have, in the state of Maharashtra, they have the centralized admission system. And that centralized admission system went for almost 2 months. 2 months, understand this. So 2 months was lost. And ultimately, after the 4th and 5th round also, almost 50% student did not get the admission. Ultimately, they have to go back to the original, to connect with the colleges separately, one-on-one, and get admission done. Understand it? So it was a very high effort activity done by everybody. 2 months lost, and the benefit was very low. Ultimately, the admission was taken by the old method only. So this is called a high effort and low benefit activities. Okay. So now if I put them into a graph like this, where the efforts are basically on the x-axis, let's say. Yeah, if x-axis is my effort and y-axis is my benefit. So second, yeah. So y-axis is my benefit. Okay. So and I'll have the 4 quadrants like this. Okay, you can make these quadrants or you can take the screenshot after I make it. Okay. So the first level solutions will come here, where it is low effort and low benefit. It will come in this quadrant. And these solutions are called as just do it solutions. Why? Because it requires no efforts or very low efforts. Okay. So they are called as just do it. The second quadrant comes here, where it is low effort and high benefit. These solutions are called as must do it. And these are the most important solutions for us. Okay. The third quadrant would come here. These solutions we have to escalate. Escalate meaning you have to go for the approval to the management because it requires capex requirement. Efforts are very high. Resource requirements are very high. So you have to take the approval from the management. So they will go for approval. And the fourth solutions, which are very high effort and low benefit, those can be rejected. Clear? And this is called effort benefit analysis. So what you do from the left hand side, just do it and must do it. You have to make an action plan to implement them. On the right hand side quadrant, third and fourth, if the management approves the third quadrant, Okay, the third category is if the management approves for it, then you can make the action plan for them. And the fourth, you have to eliminate it. Okay. So this way, the effort benefit by doing this, you can basically reduce the number of solutions. Clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear? Super clear? Very good. Very good. Super. Amazing. 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 Now, once you finalize the solution, then you make implementation action plan. What is implementation action plan? Okay. So first you list the solutions. Now every solution has to be broken down into activities. Okay. Then every activity has to have one accountable person. And along with every accountability, there is a target timeline. And then you have a status. Whether it has started, in progress, not started, completed, whatever it is. Example, let me give you one example. Let's say, let's say Lean Six Sigma training, LSS training to be organized is a solution, for example. Okay. So Lean Six Sigma training has to be organized because a lot of challenges, a lot of defects keep on coming. So it's better to, rather than fixing them one by one, let's train the people in the technique itself. So that it will become a mechanism internally for the companies. So people will solve their own problems on their own by creating the projects, by creating the teams. Okay. So what is the activity? First of all, you have to identify. The first activity is identify the trainer or the training company. Correct? Like SNG. So आपको identify करने की जरूरत नहीं, so we are already there. Second, then the quotes. Okay, so the quotations have to be there. Then the negotiation happens, correct? Then the negotiations, then the finalization, the dates, finalization, etc., the scheduling of that. So all these are one solution. There are multiple activities which have to be done, and every activity there will be accountability, right? So accountability A, B, C, D. These are the names of the people, right? And identifying the training companies, maybe target would be, let's say, 7th of September, 2025 is the target date. Within 2 days, you have to finalize which companies we will go for it. Okay. Then for the taking the course, maybe 15th of September, then it will be completed or in progress, whatever is there will come here in the status. It is called the implementation action plan. Once it is done, this is the final output of the improve phase. Implementation action plan is the final document of the improve phase. Remember this. This is asked in the question paper multiple times. Implementation action plan is the final output of the improve phase. Once it is done, then we start taking massive action and then we'll start getting results. And once we start getting results, then we move to the control phase at the end of it. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Just give me yes. Super. So what we'll do quickly before we move to the control phase, we'll take a quick 10 minutes break. And once we are back, I have a couple of announcements for you. And then we'll go for control phase. Then I'll explain you about the examination point of view as well. Okay. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back by 8:30 sharp. Okay. All the best. Just enjoy your break. Okay, are you back on your seat? Just give me confirmation. Just type yes in the chat box if you're back. Super, super. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the other people to give the confirmation. All right. Super. चलिए, so आगे की जर्नी शुरुआत करते हैं. And before we go to the आगे की journey, which is the control phase, no, I will not record this. अच्छा, recording is on, is it? Ah, so I've stopped the recording for a reason. Okay, because I've got a couple of announcements to be made only to the people who are there in the room right now. All right. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of. Yeah, let me just share my screen first of all. Okay, and then I will make these announcements. Okay, super. All right. So everybody, just give me the answer yes or no. How many of you are aware of a special referral bonus offer we have at SNG? Are you aware of it? Just give me yes in the chat. Just give me yes. Now that special special referral bonus meaning, if you refer somebody, yeah, the people who are not aware of it, just listen to me very carefully. If you refer to somebody, okay, for green belt and black belt, the current price is 9,999, which is 10,000 plus GST, just to make it very simple. You get 4,000 rupees cash back immediately after that, once they take the admission because of your reference. Are you clear, guys, with this offer? And you can send them to our live yellow belt session, which is going to happen every Sunday, which is going to happen on this Sunday as well, after day after tomorrow, right? So you can refer them. What is the process of referring? Very simple. You just have to send the name of the person who you are referring to, okay, on our WhatsApp admin, WhatsApp mentor number. That's it. Just send a one line that, hello, sir, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is. I'm sending Mr. Yogesh. I'm sending, what you can say, Priyanka. I'm sending this person. So once they go through the entire process, and if they upgrade, okay, you can help them to clarify their doubt, or if they want to have a call with our team, we can also help you to do that, right? And by doing this process, they get onboarded, you get 4,000 rupees cashback. And to be very honest, a lot of people have got 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 rupees cashback till today by referring multiple people like this. Are you clear with this referral bonus offer? See, we do a lot of spending on the marketing on Facebook and Instagram and other means, okay? And we spend lakhs of rupees in that. Now, this is the way, rather than spending to the American companies, why can't we spend to our own people, right? Who are actually experiencing this, and they can be our ambassadors, right? Yeah. So we are passing on this benefit to our own people, and that's the thought process behind it. Okay. And see, 40% we are giving. Okay, and they can get green belt, black belt, all the access, everything as what, and Minitab software and the live sessions, hackathons, and all the benefits. Okay, so this is clear, everybody with me now? Just give me yes in the chat box. This is my announcement number 1. Everybody's clear about it? So please, whoever you want to, you feel like, you want to pass on this benefit, that Lean Six Sigma certification can help their career to grow faster. You can just help them to grow, and in the process, you will also make some money out of it. Okay. Now, the second announcement, which is the most important announcement, is okay about the Master Black Belt. Now, this is very interesting. Listen to me very carefully. Okay. Now, Master Black Belt is the highest qualification. Most of you, I'm talking about, I know some of you have not yet upgraded. Most of you are at the black belt level. Black belt level meaning you have already paid for the black belt. Okay, up to black belt. So yellow belt is already complimentary. Green belt and black belt, most of you are already paid for. Now for the master black belt, okay, recently we have closed. Now see the market price, the original market price of the master black belt is 75,000 plus GST. At SNG, regular price of master black belt is 30,000 plus G. Listen to me very, very carefully. Okay. But, up to last month, okay, up to last month, yeah. So I think, Mukunji, if you want to upgrade, for your next level, my team will give you the link right away. Okay. So yeah, so we are giving you the link on your WhatsApp number right away, okay, for your immediate upgrade. Now I'm talking about the people who are already, they are paid for green and black belt both, okay. Now this is 30,000 is our regular price in SNG for master black belt. But till last month, we have a special price of 19,999 plus GST till last month, okay. Now, just try to understand this. This comes with lifetime membership. Okay. And today, the people who want to upgrade, today being the Teachers' Day, Today, you guys are live and attending this session live. That's your commitment. We are offering you this. The people who are already green belt plus black belt already paid for those people, today's offer is you just have to make 9999 and get your MBB. You don't have to even pay for the GST. So we are absorbing the GST and you can upgrade yourself only at 9999 rupees. And this offer is valid only because of the today's, the Teachers' Day. And this offer is valid till midnight of 7th of September. So today being 5th of September, this offer will be valid for almost more than 2 days. Are you clear with this? So you can upgrade and you can become a lifetime member of SNG and you can get the Master Black Belt admission. You need not to pay for the GST amount. So you are saving directly almost 2000 rupees on this. Clear? इसमें भी आप EMI कर सकते हो. Now listen to me very carefully. The people who who are already what you can say. Yes, very good. So this is 5 plus GST, right? So 10 plus GST, 5 plus GST, that is the total amount. Now, for you guys, if you want to upgrade for the black belt also, our team can share with you the link for that. Team, can you just share the link to Mr. Washim Akram as well? Okay, so now this offer is valid. Okay, this offer is valid for the people who want to go for, see, they have already paid for black belt. जिन्होंने ब्लैक बेल्ट के लिए पे किया हुआ है उनको ये ऑफर लागू होता है. ठीक है? Are you understanding? Yes? No problem. You take your time. You take your time. So this offer will be valid. So today we are absorbing the GST. We are providing the lifetime membership with Master Black Belt level only at 9999. Okay, and this offer will be valid till, let me write this down, till 7th of September midnight. Are you clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? The people who have already paid for a black belt, this offer is valid for them. Clear? So the referral bonus offer and this offer. So what you need to do, just send a message right now and our team will share the link to you on your WhatsApp directly. Jinko admission lena hai, send a message on our WhatsApp number, which I have given to you, this one, 99305. Okay. And our team will send a message, a link, payment link. आप उस पे payment कर सकते हो and you can upgrade yourself. Okay. Then after 7th, GST will get added. All this price also will get revised. Done? Procedure clear? Shall we move to the next one? Super clear hai sabko? The people who have sent the message, please type in the chat box that I have sent the message on the WhatsApp so that our team, after the session is over, will respond to your message. Okay, because our team also is in the webinar right now. Okay, very good, very good. Thank you very much. And see, these offers are only given during the live sessions and the hackathons, etc. Okay, because see, why somebody would attend the live sessions and hackathon? These are the people who have that trigger. Okay, let's say if 200 people take admission in a month, all right, out of which only 50 people, 100 people only attend a live session or the hackathon sessions. Why? Because those many people have that what I can say, that focus, that intensity is required for your career. Okay, और उनके लिए ऑफर दिया जाता है, सबके लिए नहीं. ठीक है? So that's it. That the offer part of it. Let's move to the control part, which is the last phase of the DMAC framework. Okay. So let me, let me talk about control. So in the control part, what we do generally is, just a second. I'm starting that. Let me just restart the recording. All right. Welcome back and welcome to the control phase. And let me share my screen about control phase. The control phase, the final phase after improvement. Once we implement the solutions, then what happens is we enter into the phase called control phase. The objective of control phase is just to monitor and control. Okay. So it is like this. If you see this graph, if this is a process, if this process is going like this, you do a project here at this point in time, and there is an improvement you find. Okay. Now at this point, let's say control phase, we are at this point. If we don't do control phase properly, we can fall back again down. But if we do the control phase properly, the improvement can go and it will sustain over the period of time. So this is the point of control phase right now we are talking about. Okay. So whether to sustain the improvement or not sustain the improvement, that entirely depending on how effectively you are implementing the control phase strategies. Okay. So in the control phase, what we do here is we standardize the new processes. Very important. I believe everybody remember y is equal to function of x, right? Where y is output and x is input, which we have multiple times you have seen. So standardize the new processes. What do you mean by new process? Because in this project time period, we change a lot of processes, process steps, activity. We eliminate certain activity steps, etc. So we need to rewrite certain SOPs. Okay. So we need to standardize them. See, writing on a piece of paper will not be only sufficient. So we have to document it. We have to give the training to the people. We have to audit whether people are following it properly or not. So these all are called a standardization of the new processes mechanisms. Okay. Then we monitor the output y and we control the excess. So understand this. We monitor the output and we control the excess. For example, the test of T, the example which I give multiple times. The test of T is monitored, but what are the factors which are controlling those, the test of T, which is quantity of sugar, milk, tea powder, etc. All these are basically called as, what do you say? This controlling as a control plan. This entire plan is called as a control plan. Okay. So control plan meaning what is the quantity going in, what is the quality going in, okay, what is the procedure they are following, everything, okay, comes into that. All right. Very good, Mukunji. Just stay connected with our team members on that mentor number, and our team will guide you. Okay, they will give you the Sunday wala link, etc. You can share it with your friends. Okay, yeah. So in the control for the nutshell, what we do is we monitor the output and we control the excess. Okay, the inputs. So we basically follow a control plan. Let me show you a control plan document which looks like this. Okay, so this is called a control plan. How do we do that? So let me quickly touch upon this. Then we will do some the Minitab exercises on the control charts. Okay. This is called a process control plan. Okay. In this case, we write down to control the process what we need to do. So here in this step number 1, this one, okay, this step. So we list down all the process steps. Now tell me in which tool we list down all the process step by step. Type in chat box. Think about it. In which tool we have learned during this hackathon, we list down all the processes step by step. Type in chat box. All the process steps. Listen to me very carefully. Yeah? All the process steps we list down step by step. Not project charter, not fishbone. Fishbone में कहाँ process steps आते हैं? No SMED. हाँ SMED में करते हैं, but that is only for the changeover. PFD, process map. अभी भी वो मुझे आंसर नहीं मिल रहा है, which I am expecting. Process flow chart. We did this exercise on day 1. How many of you can remember? Exactly. That's the right answer I was expecting. It was SIPOC. How many of you remember SIPOC? Yes. Here we go. It was SIPOC, supplier input, process output, and customer, right? Yes. So we have all the process steps listed in the tool called SciPoc, right? Correct? So we can copy and paste all the process steps. Now for every process step, either it would be related to the X or Y. X is the input, Y is the output, right? So let's say let's say Y. Y is the output. What is the unit of measurement? Let's take example of test of T. So the test of T, the unit of measurement is rating, correct? Now, let's say the project is to improve from 5 out of 10 to 9 out of 10. Okay, understand it. This is a project we have taken. Now we will monitor the test rating every frequently, every day or every shift, whatever it is. Now, if the rating falls below 9, then who will respond? Let's say there is a quality assurance person, let's say Sanjay, let's say quality assurance person Sanjay, who is the accountable person to respond. Okay. How often you will, sorry, who will record, not respond, who will record? So quality assurance person will record the rating. How often it will be recorded? So it will be every shift. Now, again, I'm just giving you example. Okay. Now, type chart. What do you mean by type chart? Type chart meaning what kind of a control chart we are going to use. So do you remember we discussed one control chart on day 2, which was yesterday? What was the name of the control chart? Do you remember? Let me see how many of you remember that. And we did a mini-type exercise as well. And we are going to learn other control charts now after this. हाँ, chocolate weight का बनाया था. Very good. What is the name? Yes, very good. Ashwini ji, you are absolutely right. What is the name? Everybody, type in the chat box. No, control chart. ये वाला control chart. If you remember, control chart ऐसे होता है ना? X bar, UCL, LCL. Remember? What was the name of the control chart? कल का भी अभी याद नहीं है. It was eye chart. Remember this individual chart, right? So this was what kind of chart you are going to place in. Okay, so it was the eye chart. Remember this. Okay. Now, if the rating goes below 9, what to? So here we will write if rating goes below 9. Okay. So what to respond? This is the point to respond. So who responds it? So QA, so let's say Sanjay is a QA officer. Then QA manager will respond. What will they do? They will call for a quick meeting of the stakeholder. If anything goes wrong, they will call for a meeting, emergency meeting, and they will understand the reasons, the root causes. They will take action. So they will do a CAPA, quick corrective and preventive actions they will do. And immediately they will take action to restore the position once again. So this is called control plan. So after that, they will do it for all the X's as well. X1, X2, X3, for example, X1 is, let's say, sugar. I'm just giving you example of sugar. So, so unit of measurement is milligram. How much milligram sugar? Again, if the quantity of sugar is more, added more, who will respond? Let's say the process person will respond. Or who will record? Process person will record. Every shift it will get recorded. Eye chart will be done. If the quantity is exceeded the limit or it is below the limit, then we have to define that way. Then who will respond? Process or production manager will respond. If there is a deviation, immediately they will call for a meeting. They will go for a corrective and preventive measures. Okay. So this way they will make a complete control plan. Clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Yeah, the people who have sent, a lot of people have sent us the messages. So the people who have sent us the messages, okay, we will provide you the link of the payment, today itself, but after the session is over. Okay, clear? Huh. So I could see in the, in the mentor's number, a lot of messages. So hold till end of the day today, or maybe in the morning today, we will send you the message, but we will make sure that today only we'll share all the special message. Okay. Very good. Now, coming back to now, we have seen only eye chart in the major phase. There are other charts as well in our yellow belt level. And let me just talk about them. Then we will do some minute ab exercises. Okay. So control charts we have already seen. So when it comes to control charts, there are two types of control chart. Okay. When we have continuous data, make a note of this. We have chart like we have chart like eye chart, which we have already seen. Okay. We have chart like X bar R and X bar S. Okay. And if we have discrete data, all right, you can just make a table like this. Just a table like this. Here you can write defect. Just make a table and I'll explain you. And then defective. Constant sample size and variable sample size. Okay. Now, just make this table in your notepad, or you can take a screenshot of it. Okay. XR, X bar R, and X bar S. X bar is the average, X bar meaning the average, and R meaning the range. Okay. Yes. Have you taken the screenshot of this? Just give me yes in the chat box, or I'll explain you first, and then we'll do the practical explanation of this. Okay. हम लोग practical करके देखते हैं. I'll share with you the minute app files, and then from there we'll do the practical exercises. Okay. Done. Okay. Very good. No, S means standard deviation. S का मतलब है standard deviation. R का मतलब है range. हाँ, हम लोग करके देखेंगे तो you will get the idea. Okay. Now, so when it comes to continuous data, let's take the same example of chocolate weight. Okay, हम लोग उसी फाइल को यूज करेंगे आज भी. So when you have the continuous data, chocolate weight is a continuous data, right? Weight, height, length, speed, pressure, all these are continuous data. Now, if you are taking individual chocolate, then you go for eye chart, which we have already seen. Yesterday we have already seen eye chart. If you instead of that you are taking a group of chocolates, understand this, instead of one chocolate you are taking a group of samples, that is called subgroup samples. Subgroup. Okay, right? If you are taking less than 10 samples, you go for X bar R chart. If you are taking more than 10 samples, you go for X bar S chart. Now, what is X bar R? What is X bar S? I will explain you. कंटिन्यूस चार्ट क्लियर. तो ये तीन कंटिन्यूस चार्ट आपको देखने हैं. आई चार्ट, एक्स बार आर चार्ट, एक्स बार एस चार्ट. क्लियर? Three types of continuous charts. Are you clear? What is that? I will explain you with a practical case. Okay. Just give me yes or no in the chat box. I'm just waiting for the confirmation. Yes, everybody got it? Very good. Super. Now, when it comes to the discrete data, which is the count data, etc., then we have the 4 different types of charts. Okay, now try to understand this. First is let's try to understand defect and defective, the difference between defect and defective. What is the difference between defect and defective? Uh, let's say you have a product of shirt. Let's say, for example, you are making a product of shirt. Okay, shirt which we wear. Now, in the shirt, it's a complete product. Now, in the product, there could be multiple defects. For example, there could be stain on the cloth. There will be some stitching errors. There will be some button missing. All these, things will be there in the product. So there would be multiple defect opportunities in your product. So if you are counting the defective shirts, then this column will be used, this column. If you are counting how many shirts are defective, but instead, if you are counting number of defects in each and every shirt, this column will be used. Are you clear? Defective and defect. Defective meaning the entire unit, which is a shirt. If you are having the data of how many defective parts, that is where you will use NP and P chart. And whenever you have defect data, for example, instead of how many shirts defective, if you have, we have 3 button missing, or we have got 2 stains, or the stitching problems, these are called defects. You are counting defects and not defective. So what data you have, accordingly, you have to select the chart. Yeah, defects are the single defects which are coming. If you're counting the defect and recording the defect, which is always a better practice, okay, than defective. Clear? Now coming back to constant and variable sample size. Now, in some cases, in some industries, the sample size is constant. For example, every shift you have to take 100 pieces or 100 samples, or every shift you have to take 50 samples. It's constant, no matter what is the production, what is the time, etc. In variable sample size, let's say sometimes you take 50, sometimes you take 70, sometimes you take 100, sometimes you take 120. So the sample size varies of checking. Okay, so if you have constant sample size, then you go for C chart or NP chart. If you have variable sample, then you go for U chart or P chart. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. So you don't have to remember whenever you have to prepare this chart. Just open this table and refer the proper chart, and you can select that chart and do this exercise. Clear? Shall we perform these exercises on Minitab so that you will get the real crux of it? Yeah, everybody? Super. So we'll start with our yesterday's exercises. Okay. So I'm just sharing the same file with you, the chocolate weight wala file. If you have that file, you can open that file. Okay. The same file being shared with you. Once you open it, let me know in the chat box. File is open. Okay. The same chocolate weight wala file hai ye. All right. So yesterday we had done the eye chart. Eye chart कैसे बनाया था हम लोगों ने? Stat, control chart, variable chart for individual. Remember that? Yes, it was eye chart, individual chart. Okay, मैं बना के दिखाता हूँ एक बार फिर से. Chocolate weight को देखा, click on OK, and this chart was ready. Correct? So now what we are making is, now understand the column number 2. Here, so eye chart is for individual. Individual कब बनाना है? When individual chocolates are taken, then we make individual charts. Okay. Now, what we are learning is X bar R chart and X bar S chart. Okay. What is X bar? X bar is the average. Now let's try to understand this. Just focus here on the data. Instead of single column, if you take 10 chocolates at a time, it's a group of 10 chocolates. And now instead of individual chocolate, I am taking the average of the first group of sample, which is called x1 bar, which is the first group जो है 10 का, उसका मैंने average लिया. That is one x1 bar. Now what is the R stands for? R stands for range. And x bar stands for average. Correct? Now what is range? Remember day number 1. What is range? Type in the chat box, everybody. What do you mean by range? Range क्या होता है? We did the exercise of the height, right? 180 minus 150 centimeter का height. What is the range of the data? It is highest minus lowest. The difference between highest minus lowest is the range, correct? So for every 10 samples, we will collect the 10 samples, take the weight, take the average, take the range. Again, for the second sample, we will do the same thing. Okay. So we will take sample and the range. Clear, everybody? Highest and lowest. And then we will plot it on 2 graphs. The first graph will be X bar graph, and the second graph will be the range graph. So instead of one graph like eye chart, we will be having 2 graphs, but the basic fundamental will remain same. Okay. So there will be the center line, there will be control limits. Okay. And we have to see whether the process is in control or not. That's it. Okay. So similarly, this will remain same. Clear, everybody? So X bar and R. So whenever you are taking less than 10 samples, you go for X bar and R. Okay. If you are taking more than 10 samples, you go for X bar and S. I'll explain you X bar and S. First, हम लोग इसको करके देखते हैं. ठीक है? So let's go to stat, control charts. Now it is variable charts for subgroup. Now subgroup meaning the group of samples we are taking. It's called subgroup, right? So variable charts for subgroup. First, we'll do X bar R chart here, the first option. Just observe this flow. Stat, control chart, variable chart for subgroup, X bar R. Just click on that. This screen will appear. Over here, just select chocolate weight in this space, and the subgroup side, just select sample. That's it, you have to do. Okay, repeat once again. No, not in the green belt level. Black belt level में कुछ screenshots हैं. Minitab के screenshots देखते हैं हम लोग. And you have to give the answers about that, okay? But we don't have to use Minitab during the examination, okay? You don't have to use it. Okay, so stat, control chart, variable chart for subgroup, select X bar R, select chocolate weight here, and select sample size, sample here, and click on OK. That's it. And now you got this graph. Everybody got it? Just type yes in the chat box. Got it, everybody? This one? Just give me yes. सबको मिला ये? Okay, where are you stuck? Go to stat, control charts, variable chart for subgroup, X bar and R. Okay. Now click on X bar and R. Why it is displaying result for 20 only? Which 20? एक मिनट मैं बताता हूँ. Okay. So यहाँ पे चॉकलेट वेट को सिलेक्ट करो, यहाँ पे सैंपल को सिलेक्ट करो एंड क्लिक ऑन ओके। दैट्स इट, उतना ही करना है आपको। डन एवरीबॉडी विथ मी? It is displaying the result for, let's say, got it? Ah, very good. So it is displaying the result. Now, just try to understand this. Got it, na? Ah, very good. So it is displaying the result. Now, for this, let's focus on this first point. This is X1 bar. For the first 10 samples, this is the average. This is X2 bar. The second group of 10 samples, iska ye average hai. This is X3 bar. Okay. Coming back to the graph which is at the bottom, this is the range of the group 1, highest minus lowest. This is the range of the group 2. This is the range of group 3 and so on and so forth. Clear how the dots are plotted? Just give me yes in the chat box, everybody. ये clear है सबको? सबको clear है ये? Every dot, how it is plotted, is it clear? Out of the 10 samples, first they have taken the average, they have plotted this dot. Then they have taken the range, they have plotted this graph. First, they plot it on a graph, that's it. Then they make these three lines, X bar and, UCL, LCL, etc. Just give me yes in the chat box so that I can move forward. Type yes. Very good, very good. Anybody who has not understood it, please let me know, okay? Now, why it is called as X double bar here? X double bar क्यों है? Any idea? And here it is called R bar. R bar means the average of the ranges. Okay, it's called R bar. Why it is called X double bar? X bar bar. You can see a double bar, right? What could be the reason? Yes, absolutely right. Because see, every dot in this graph, as I said earlier, in itself is the average, right? And this line, if you remember, is the average of all the averages. That's why it is called as X double bar, right? And again, this is UCL and LCL. The fundamental remains same. The process is stable if there is no data point going above and below the upper and lower control limits. Okay. हाँ, सो ऐसे आपके पास पुराना डेस्कटॉप भी होगा ना तो भी चलेगा. इट्स नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू हैव अ लैपटॉप ओनली. आपके पास डेस्कटॉप भी चलेगा. सी यू कैन नाउअडेज द डेस्कटॉप असेंबल डेस्कटॉप्स आर वेरी चीप टू गेट. आपका कोई आईटी वाला बंदा होगा तो आपको इवन 15-20 हजार में अच्छा डेस्कटॉप असेंबल करके देगा. नाउ द टेक्नोलॉजी हैज इंप्रूव्ड अ लॉट. तो छोटा सा स्पेस में, छोटा सा यूपीएस में आपको हो जाएगा वो. सीपीयू में, सॉरी, सीपीयू में आपका हो जाएगा पूरा. सो एक बार करके चेक कर लिया आपके फ्रेंड्स के साथ. ओके. एनीवे, कमिंग बैक टू योर चॉकलेट वेट वाला एग्जांपल. दिस वाला एग्जांपल, आर यू क्लियर? एक्स बार आर चार्ट क्लियर है? जस्ट गिव मी यस इन चैट बॉक्स. Same thing goes with the X bar S chart. Okay. Same thing. Go to stat, control chart, variable chart for subgroup, X bar S. Exactly same thing. Okay. X bar R के नीचे X bar S है. Select chocolate weight, select sample, same system है. Select OK. And now this is X bar S. It will seem like exactly similar graph. Okay. Let me show you both the graphs besides each other. दोनों भी ग्राफ्स में एक दूसरे के बाजू में खड़े करता हूं तो आप समझ में आएगा. ओके. हो गया एक और ये हो गया दूसरा. X bar R and X bar S. Look at this. Okay. Now, अगर आप देखेंगे closely, so X bar remains the same. Okay. X bar remains the same, right? What changes in the S? Instead of the range of the data set, we are checking the standard deviation of the data set. वो 10 चॉकलेट जो लिए ना उसका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन कैलकुलेट करता है और वो यहां पे प्लॉट होगा फॉर एवरी प्रोसेस. यहां पे standard deviation, standard deviation, standard deviation. Okay. And the fundamental remains same. Then you take the average, UCL, LCL, any data point which goes beyond the control limits. So it's a unstable process. Clear X bar R and X bar S chart clear hai? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear? Okay. Very good. Just listen to me very carefully. Okay. So understand this. If it goes above control limit or below control limit like this, you need to investigate and take some corrective preventive action. Correct, everybody? If it goes above or below control limits, same goes with the standard deviation, right? Let's say if the standard deviation again, it goes up, again you investigate and take corrective preventive measures. Now understand this. What if it goes below lower control limit? The same thing will be applicable. Investigate and no corrective and preventive action. Write this down. Just try to understand this. This is very, very important for us to understand. Just focus here. Now your complete focus has to be there. When it goes to X bar, whether it is going above or below the control limit, that's a variation. Understand this. Focus here. Everybody focus here. When it comes to standard deviation chart, which is X bar S, na, so below wala graph hai standard deviation ka. Now, when it goes above control limit, that means my standard deviation has gone up, my variation has gone up. Yes or no? Everybody, have you understood? The moment, let's say, if the data goes like this, that is showing that the standard deviation has gone above control limit. Yes, everybody with me? Focus here. Everybody with me? The moment the data goes above control limit, it shows that standard deviation has gone above control limit. Yes, just give me yes in the chat box. Anybody not understood, please let me know. Standard deviation ऊपर जाएगा तो कंट्रोल के बाहर जाएगा, right? So standard deviation बढ़ गया है, right? Now, when standard deviation goes below lower control limit, what does it indicate? Standard deviation is reduced. When standard deviation reduced, that means what? Your process variation is reduced. No. Now, when your process variation is reduced, when it goes below lower control limit, that means it is lowering. Standard deviation is lowering. Your variation is reducing. That means your process is improving. You don't take any corrective preventive action. You can investigate what has given a better result, but you don't take action. Let it be like that. How many of you got a bulb on moment? Just type BO in the chat box. Just type BO in the chat box. Everybody. Have you understood this point, guys? Don't take blindly. Okay. Just think logically. Use all the basic common senses. Okay. Anything going above control limits is a variation of the process. That's what is taught, right? But for the control, for the I chart and for the X bar R chart and the X bar S chart, this logic does not apply. So whenever the variation, same goes with the range. When the range is going less, that means the variation is going less, so you don't take any action. That's a good situation. Anything which goes below the lower control limit, it's always good for the range and the standard deviation chart. Clear? Are you clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Just give me yes. So मैं आपको अभी I'll just quickly talk about the charts which we used here. Okay, so one by one हम लोग जाएंगे. So I'm referring to this table once again. Now I chart we have seen, X bar R, X bar S we have seen. Let's quickly talk about C chart, P chart, NP chart, etc. Okay. So starting with C chart first. Okay. C chart or NP chart पहले देखेंगे. So I'm just sharing with you a C chart वाला file. Open करिए इसको, C chart वाले file को open करिए. Now when do we use C chart? When we have constant sample size and the defect data. Okay. Example से आपको समझ में आएगा. कंफ्यूजन की आवश्यकता नहीं है. Whenever you have this, just open this table and refer to this. Okay. Let me open this for my. Yes. Once you opened it, let me know. Open in the chat. Okay. Open, everybody. Just give me yes in the chat box. So we are starting from the C chart. Okay. Yeah, very good, very good. चलो, so C chart को मैं open कर रहा हूँ. I think this is the one. Okay. So the data is paper and error. Just try to understand this. When do we use C chart? We use C chart is when we have the defect and a constant sample size. Okay. So look at this data. So we have the question paper. Okay. Today being the teacher's day. Okay. This example will be very apt. Okay. So let's say for a teacher, imagine a teacher who is sitting to check the paper, question paper. Now for question paper, the number of questions are the same, correct? Everybody with me? So the questions are nothing but the sample size, right? So it's a constant sample size. Everybody will have 50 questions or 100 questions. It's a constant sample size, right? And errors meaning the wrong answers. The first one has given 4 wrong answers, 2 wrong answers, 1 wrong answer, etc., etc. So this is defect. Wrong answer is a one defect, right? Now, if the student failed the examination, that will be a defective data. Are you understanding the difference? But यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या डेटा लिया है? How many questions are wrongly answered? They are called errors. Clear, everybody? The data is clear? And paper is only the numbers, basically. The same constant, what do you say? Question numbers will be there. Let's say if 50 questions are there, 50 questions for everybody. So let's make a C chart out of it. So how do we do that? So we go to stat control chart. Now this is attribute chart. Okay, this is attribute because these are attribute chart, discrete chart. Okay, so you have to select the bottom one, which is the C chart. Follow this path. Stat control chart, attribute chart, C chart. So whatever charts are there, control charts, you will find in the control chart option in the stat column. Okay, attribute chart means C chart. Just click on that. Now in the variable, you have to just select errors. That's it. Okay. Error को select करो and click on OK. And you will find this kind of a data, this kind of a graph. So any data point which goes again, see, we just have to select the right chart. That's it. Okay. Rest of the thing is taken care by the software. Now you can see here some red dots. All right. It is showing that it is going above the control limits. So the process is not a stable process. It requires investigation. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. When do we use this? When you have defect data with constant sample size. Clear? Everybody got this graph? Again, don't have to worry about remembering which chart to be used when. You can just open this file, which is already given in your green belt curriculum, and select which graph you want to make, and accordingly you can do it. Okay. Very simple. Now, let me share with you NP chart. Okay. The same thing is applied to the NP chart. Only difference is in the NP chart, what happens is instead of defect data, you get defective data. Okay. Instead of now this example, if I have to extend, as I said earlier, instead of now how many questions are wrongly answered, instead of you have pass or fail data, complete defective. Okay, then it is a NP chart. Okay, just open this file. I'm just opening this file of NP chart. Once you have opened, let me know in the chat. See, I will provide all these files for your reference in the in the Greenbelt Hackathon folder. Okay, you can download them from there as well. Okay, super. So here, let's just as you're opening this file, let me just quickly explain you the data. So here, what they have done is they have done constant sample size 50, 50, 50. It's a constant sample size throughout. Out of 50, how many rejected? Complete product rejected. Out of 50 product inspected, let's say we are making laptops. Out of 50 laptops, we have rejected one laptop because of some faulty reason. So here we are not counting the defects. We are just counting the number of defective items, which is complete unit, which is laptop. Okay. So in this case, what we do the same thing. Stat control chart, attribute chart, and which chart is this? NP chart. This one, NP chart. Okay, just select NP chart. Now here the variable is the count. Count को select करो and subgroup size में select करो sampled data को, which is a constant data. Everybody with me? Count को variable में and sampled को subgroup पे select करो and just click on OK, and you will get this graph. Now understand this. Just try to understand this. Why this lower control limit is 0? Because you see proportion cannot go below 0. Try to understand this. Proportion cannot go below 0. See, at the most क्या होगा? 0 defective out of 50 ना. So what is that? 0 only. So maximum level क्या होगा? 0 ही होगा. That's why the number stops at 0. That's why LCL stops at 0. Okay. So when it is 0, for us it is not to worry. It's a good sign. More zeros we have, it's a good sign that it's 0 defect. Okay. So here what we need to do is whether it is going above the upper control limit, that we need to check. Clear? So whenever we have defective data, in this, then you can go for NP chart. See, for the discrete data types, I'm just giving you these kinds of different charts. Clear hai everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. How many of you got this NP chart? C chart, NP chart? If yes, I can proceed further. Very good. Now we will go for which one? Yeah. Now we'll go for an interesting chart. First, we'll go for a U chart. Okay. Open this file of U chart. Let me also open it. Yeah. Once you open this, the file of U chart. When do we use U chart? When we have variable sample size. Variable sample size meaning one day you are taking 50 samples, another day you are taking 20 samples, 100 samples, etc. Okay. So till the time you are opening that file, let me explain you the data. Okay, let me share my file and let me explain you the data. Let's just try to understand the data first. Okay. Now this is the data from a hotel. let's say a 5-star hotel, and there is a person in the quality department whose role is to inspect the rooms every day and find out the defects. Now understand this, okay? So we have huge room, let's say 50 rooms, 100 rooms, etc. Now, every shift, that person has to inspect certain rooms. So for example, this first day, the person has inspected 14 rooms and he found 16 defects. In total, he found 16 defects. So in something, the bed might not have done properly, or the toilet might not have cleaned properly, etc., etc. Okay, and housekeeping is not done. So it will be counted as a defect separately. So here, the second day he has inspected 8 rooms. Third day he has inspected 12 rooms, etc. So every day the sample size, the room inspected, the sample size is different. Okay, and he's basically checking the defects data. So whenever we have different sample size, variable sample size, and the defect data, you go for U chart. So again, go to the same thing, stat control chart, attribute chart, and here you will find the U chart option. Okay, select U chart. In variable, you select what is the variable here, the defect. Understand this, huh? Defect is a variable which keeps on varying, and subgroup size, you have to select rooms inspected. Understand this? Everybody with me? In the variable, select the defect, and the subgroup size, select the rooms inspected and click on OK. Wow, this is something interesting, isn't it? Everybody got this? Before I explain you this, just give me yes in the chat box if you got this graph. Got it? Now, what is the logic behind these kinds of control limits? Okay. हाँ, वेरिएबल में आपको सिलेक्ट करना है. I'll go back again. वेरिएबल में सिलेक्ट डिफेक्ट. Okay, in subgroup size, select room inspected and click on OK. All right. Once you click on OK, you will find this graph. Now understand this, huh? Understand this. If 10 defect out of 20 rooms, okay, and 10 defects out of 15 rooms, even the defects are same, 10, but the denominator is different, the proportion is different. That's the reason for every data point, because the proportion is different, the control limits, you cannot have a constant control limits for both this type, right? Okay, that will not be the right way. So software calculates the, didn't get the continuous data. Continuous data is, remember the day two, we discussed about the different types of data. I think day one में discuss किया था. Continuous data is the data which can be measured on a continuous scale, and discrete data is a data which is counted. Now, for example, defect is count, no? We count the defect 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So whenever we are counting, it's a discrete data. Understand this, okay? Pass or fail. So pass meaning how many pass, how many fail. So we are counting, right? And we are not measuring true or false. Yes, this is a discrete data. So here it's a count. So count the data as well as, yeah, got it? Very good, very good. So that is the reason the control limits are calculated separately for every data point here. And that's why we have, whenever we have variable sample size, we always have the control limits, but we don't have to worry about this. Software will take care of it. Now we just have to check whether the data is in control, the process is in control. Now tell me, is the process in control? Is the process is in control? The answer is no, because there are data points which are going above and below the control limits. Are you clear? So process definitely is not in control. We have to make it in control. Are you clear? And this is done in the U chart. See, fundamentals will remain same. You don't have to worry about so you have to just select the right chart, put the data in, and fundamentals will remain same. Just see the upper control, lower control के नीचे बाहर जा रहा है क्या? That's it. Whether process stable or not. Okay. Very good. Now, the last one is called as द फाइनल वन इज कॉल्ड एज द पी चार्ट. ओके, तो पी चार्ट को भी मैं आपको शेयर करता हूं. जस्ट ओपन दिस फाइल ऑफ पी चार्ट. So when we have variable sample size and the defective data, then we go for a P chart. Okay. So let me open the P chart for you. Very good. So here we can see here in the P chart, let's understand the data as you're opening the file. Let me explain you the data first. Here, defective, pass or fail. How many pass, how many fail? So here they have how many students have failed the examination. That data they have found, and the sample size. Now, see, in the school, in some classroom, there are 40 students, some classroom, there are 50 students. So there are always a variation, right? So they have taken the data of the school. Let's say for first room, there are 50 students and nobody failed. Okay. Second, again, 50, nobody failed. Third, 60 students and one student failed. So the sample size is also varying. And here is the defective data. Failed is a defective, right? So in this case, go for P chart, go for stat, control chart, attribute chart, and here you go a P chart. Just select that. The same thing, वेरिएबल में आपको करना है पास एंड फेल डेटा को, सब ग्रुप साइज में आपको करना है सैंपल साइज को, एंड जस्ट क्लिक ऑन ओके, एंड यू विल फाइंड similar kind of graph, but in this case it is stopping at lower control at 0. As you know that the proportion cannot go below 0, and 0 है तो better है, it's a good sign for us. In this case the process is well within control, so no need to worry about it, no need to take any action about it, and this is called a P chart. And this is the end of the control charts, control phase, as well as our green belt, the content. Yes. So see, this was a quick revision for the people who had attended. This was a new experience for the new people as well. All right. Now tell me how many of you would like to go for the examination. So before that, I will give you the, the requirement of the examination. Okay. See, understand this. I would highly encourage, if you have gone through this entire, what you can say, content of the green belt, then only attempt the examination. Because my fear is not you getting failed the examination. My fear is exactly opposite. My fear is you passing the examination before understanding the entire content. Because see, what happens is it's a MCQ. Let me explain you what is the exam type look like. It's a 1 hour duration exam. Okay, let's understand the examination pattern. It's all MCQ type. MCQ meaning multiple choice questions. Okay, we have, I think, green belt 50 questions. We have, it's an open book test. No negative marking. No negative marking. Negative marking meaning if you give a wrong answer, it will reduce your marking. ऐसा नहीं होगा. So no negative marking. Okay. And 70% is the passing marks. Now, so as I said earlier, first go through the entire content. Okay, don't just rush through this. Okay, go through the content easily. If you have understood the content, if you have gone through the hackathon as well, okay, and if you understood the basics are clear and you're confident, okay, there's a sample questionnaire given in your green belt curriculum. आपको sample questionnaire दिया गया है. I would highly encourage you guys to go through the sample questionnaire just to test your confidence. Okay, have I understood the concept, or am I giving the right answer? Answers should be the USP, so you can cross verify. Okay, clear? So the people who are ready for the examination, what they need to do is just have to send the message again on the mentor number. Okay, sample questionnaire आपको इसमें मिलेगा. Let me show you that. Let me show you. Let me quickly open that. Believe I have it. Yeah. Just for your confidence check. Okay. So once you log into this, look at this. So this is the course one. Course one is green belt, course two is black belt, course three is master black belt. Okay. So once you log into our LMS My Courses, then this is course number one. You can go to the bottom. Once the course is completed, go to the bottom of it. All right. So here you have, see, there is a previous hackathon recording also has been provided to you. And there is the questionnaire, sample question. Can you see here? Okay. Here is a sample question. Just check this 40-second video given by me. Then sample questionnaire and questionnaire with answers also is given. Okay. Just check out that. Just test your confidence. If you feel like, yes, I'm almost prepared for it, you can always refer your notes, which I always say that you should do this. Okay. See, the exam is not for your memory, how much you can remember. Exam is about your clarity of the concepts. Okay, that's the main agenda of this. Okay, yeah. So that's it. I wanted to share. A lot of people have shared their, this special offer which we gave you today. Okay, the Teachers Day offer. So we have received a lot of messages around that. So we respond to those messages. We'll provide you the links. You can make the payment before end of the midnight of 7. Okay, which is Sunday. All right. And if you want to refer to your friends, family members, or colleagues, etc., just send a message to our. So whatever, सब मर्ज की एक दवा है, WhatsApp मैसेज करो mentors number को, and we will guide you further. Okay. So whoever wants to give the examination, you have to just send the message to the people. Okay. And my recommendation is just give the examination with a free mind, right? And you can give examination on Sundays as well, Saturdays as well, according to your availability. It's completely flexible timing. There is no fixed timing as such. Okay. Clear hai? These files will not be compatible with Minitab 21. So I would highly recommend, please use our own version. Okay. 21 में ये compatible नहीं है. See, understand this. What has done Minitab पहले ना, why we are giving you this access, because we had a perpetual license copy. Okay, perpetual मतलब लाइफ टाइम मल्टी यूजर लाइसेंस कॉपी है, उसका एक्सेस हम लोग आपको देते हैं. Okay, now this file, what you are now Minitab has closed that option. Now Minitab is having only yearly subscription model. Perpetual उन्होंने बंद कर दिया है. Okay, so I think we were the last one who got the perpetual license वाला thing. So now it is not available. So 21 वाला compatible नहीं रखा है उन्होंने. See, अगर होता तो वो नहीं होता ना, so उनका बिजनेस नहीं बढ़ता. So they have stopped that compatibility, उन्होंने बंद कर दिया, right? So they are forcing us to go for the advanced version. So that's why we are using the see, you can purchase the license version of 21 and the latest one as well, which is just 1.5 lakh rupees per year. But I don't want our students to get that burden, right? You're actually, the corporate should purchase those license copy. Okay, not the students. Anyway, so that's it from my side. Thank you very much for joining in. We are the people who are ready for the examination, just send the message. The people who want to upgrade for the lifetime membership and MBB without the GST offer today, okay, on the special occasion, please send a message and we will respond to that before end of the day, today. Okay. Thank you very much. All the very best for the examination, and looking forward for connecting again tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is Saturday, right? So tomorrow we'll connect again on the live session. Okay, with a new topic. Okay. Thank you very much. Keep learning, keep growing. This is Dinesh Patil. Yeah, see, bundle GB is the bundle of Greenbelt course, then the masterclass archive, then the Minitab software, and the Greenbelt hackathon. That is called the entire bunch of the courses. That is called the bundle GB. And then the bundle BB is similar to the hackathon. Okay. Yeah, Black Belt hackathon will happen the next month. October mein hoga, first week mein. Yeah. Clear? Super clear. Amazing. Thank you very much, guys. All the very best for the examination. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.